Thank you, babies. Hey, well, hello YouTube and TLR community worldwide. I trust you're all doing well, or as well as you can be. Shane Gibbs back again after a little bit of a break. I don't think you can still actually see it a little bit. Let me start with. I've got lots to catch up on today. It's been quite an eventful week this week, I must say. You're probably all aware, if you've been following my videos, that I've been suffering with sciatica, and this week it seemed to all of the health issues seem to explode. Specifically, my jaw. You can still see it's a little bit swollen still. Well, effectively, I went for a deep tissue massage on Monday. And that's where it all started going wrong, effectively. You can really notice it on here, can't you? Oh well, never mind. So yeah, there are lots of bits and pieces I need to catch up on today. Basically, I've had a bit of a nightmare week this week. Effectively, I went for the deep tissue massage on Monday. Tuesday, my jaw started swelling. You can still see the remnants from it there, and I've just coming up to the last day of some of them antibiotics from an epoxy dentist. Another tooth that seems to be playing silly buggers. My jaw was out here, literally. I mean, I was like Elephant Man, for God's sake. It used to scare the Jesus out of me when I looked in the mirror. But it's starting to go down now. It's still a little bit of inflammation there. So if I come across a little bit flurry of me words today, then you'll have to forgive me. Today's going to be a little bit of a catch up video, and just to cover everything that. Well, let's finish talking about the strange symptoms that I've been experiencing this week. I went for the deep tissue massage on Monday. Tuesday morning, my jaw started swelling out. I had cold sores all across my lips. I had about 4 cold sores all across my lips, and some kind of flu. The sciatica was actually 10 times worse after the deep tissue massage, so I'm not quite sure what was going on there. Something that I have noticed, and I don't know whether anybody else can sort of like reiterate this. I have noticed, I've noticed it before, but specifically this week, because there's been loads and loads of different localised pains. Let's try and turn this way. I don't look as freakish. And when I leave this house, the level of pain probably drops 50% on anything, on the sciatica, on the infection, and all the other ailments that I've been experiencing recently. As soon as I get back in this house, the pain threshold seems to disappear, and the pain actually increases probably 3 or 4 times the level of what it is when I'm out of the house. So I'm pretty much certain now that there's definitely something that's going on with our central nervous system. And there's got to be. I mean, how on earth can the pain increase when I come in the house and then decrease when I go out the house? How does that one work? Not quite sure about that one. And oh yeah, just before I forget, Captain Thunderpants and his little band of merry little men. How you doing, chaps and chapesses? I hope you're still all going out there and doing your what do I call you? Twitches, curtain twitches. That's it. Yeah, you got it. Anyway, that's enough about Captain Thunderpants and his little band of merry men. There's a few things I wanted to run over with you guys today. I've been doing a little bit more research into health aspects and obviously trying to combat the sleep deprivation that's been pretty heavy just recently. I've recently been looking into hydrogenized water. And effectively what that, I don't know, you need to do a little bit of research on it. I spent probably 2 or 3 days. I was actually bedridden for about 3 days this week, and I couldn't really do a lot apart from research and take my medicine like a good little lad, and try and recover, try and get the body to recover to get back to some kind of form of normality. but I've been researching hydrogenized or hydrogen injected water systems, and apparently, so the research goes, this is like some kind of miracle, some kind of miracle cure for a whole range of symptoms. So effectively, what I did is I've done a little bit of research, and I didn't want to spend too much money because we ain't got too much money to spend. But I purchased myself one of these. Right, let me turn it on and I'll show you. Basically what this little device does is actually injects hydrogen into the water, and it infuses the water to about, I think this bottle can take it up to about 0.9 parts per million in the water. I've been using this bottle now for about 3 days. I can't say that I've noticed, purely because of, oh yeah, you can still see that wobble gob, can't you? This thing here, as you can see it'll go misty. A nice little blue light, goes for about 5 minutes, and when the light goes out, you have to knock the water straight back. So I'll keep you posted on that one, but it's got some raving reports online about how beneficial it is to all sorts of ailments, and some of the things it does is cell damage repair. It's a massive antioxidant, much better than vitamins A, B, C, D. It increases energy. I have noticed a little slight increase in energy actually recently, and a lot more clarity of mind. Neutralizes acid and fats in your diet, and it speeds your metabolism. That's just a tiny fraction of what this miraculous hydrogenated water actually can do to the human body. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'm probably going to, if I get any decent results from this, then I might even look to get something that was a little bit more expensive. That bottle there was from eBay. I think it was £21 free post, so it's not a huge cost. I originally came across the idea from a YouTube video, funny enough. Ooh. But effectively, this guy was using these pills, and he was placing the pills into a bottle of water, and it was doing exactly the same as what this little puppy's doing. You can see how it's all going cloudy with all of the micro nano bubbles and hydrogenation that it's doing into the water. Effectively, you can buy pills that do exactly the same thing, but they're like £60 a bottle. You get 60 pills for £60, so that's £1 a day. Now I can't. I mean, there's no way that not at this stage I can afford to be spending out money like that. But if I get any, there is a huge range of these hydrogen infusing bottle type systems that you can purchase online at a reasonable cost. So before you go out and lash out any money, let me do the research for you. And hopefully within a week or two, I should be benefiting from these miraculous things that this hydrogenated water apparently does to the human body. So I'll keep you posted on that one. Something else that I've been meaning to talk about, the sleep deprivation is probably one of the hardest things to deal with when it comes down to the targeted individual program. It gets you to the point where, I mean, with me, if I don't take the supplements I'm just about to show you, then I generally wake up every hour and a half, and that's not good. That's definitely not good. It's not good if you want to be able to function on some kind of normality throughout the day. So effectively, what I do, and this is definitely something that I'd recommend any TI or any person to start taking as a supplement. I take these. They're called 5-HTP supplement. I was originally buying these from Holland and Barrett, which is a local chemist type health food store here in the UK. But you can, and that was like $15.99 for a bottle of, I think there was a bottle of 80 or 90 pills, but that was only 100 milligrams. I actually went online, and I buy them online now through eBay again. These are 300 milligrams. I would recommend all TIs to start taking this supplement. It's quite miraculous, and it definitely has some effect on the some kind of, I don't know. Honestly, please just very, very cheap on eBay. This was about £7 for 90 300 milligram HTP5 or 5 HTP tablets. Definitely worth looking into and testing to see whether they could benefit you, and as they have done me. So before I go to bed, I take a couple of these 300 milligram tablets, and I also, at the moment, I'm having to take something that I buy over the counter from the local chemist, and it's called nighttime sleep aid. You know, it's over the counter stuff, one a night, so I'll take one of those and a couple of those, and it generally knocks me out for about 4 or 5 hours. Big bonus for TIs that are getting sleep deprivation. Big bonus. I'll keep you posted on the hydrogenized water situation, and report back to you as and when. Well, throughout when I'm doing my videos, I'll just give you a brief update and let you know how that side's going. Also, quickly, I just want to say a big thank you for the TI in America who has spent time. You can see that, designing this for TI television. I haven't, due to the illnesses and the ailments that I've been suffering over the past week, I've not been able to get down to the textile company where I'm going to go down and get some t-shirts printed up with that logo. But I just wanted to show you guys and thank the lovely lady in I believe she's in Florida, who sent that and designed it, and she sent it all the way from the States over here to the UK. So much love to you. Thank you very much for taking the time. I know it took you a little while to get that done for us, so it's very much appreciated, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, yeah, we've got Christmas, haven't we? If I can't get it done before Christmas, then it'll have to be after Christmas. I will go down to the local textile printers. I know of a local company. I actually painted their house for them in the summer, and hopefully they'll give me a good deal on getting that transformed onto some nice t-shirts. So I'll keep you posted on that one as well. So thank you very much for that. What else did I want to run through quickly today? Something that made me I was quite shocked actually, and quite taken aback by a YouTube video that somebody sent me a link for this morning through Facebook. So if you want to get your pens and write down a YouTube channel by the name of Mrs. B. Stacy. That's Mrs. MRS B. Stacy, STACY. You're looking for a video that she posted on the 14th of December this year, and basically what that video is, it's from a Washington legal representative, or a federal representative for the Washington area, called Matt Shea. And very interesting, very eye-opening. Basically what Matt Shea is commenting on and reporting in this video, it was quite shocking. Effectively, he is talking about a situation where he has become aware that there's an organisation or a federal agency called BLM. I'm not quite sure. You look at the video and it's something to do with land, something to do with land anyway. And effectively, this special federal agency, it turns out now that there's been lots and lots of, should we say, shenanigans and some strange goings on within this agency, and it's come to light to Matt Shea. He has discovered that the top brass at the BLM federal agency has got what he called as a kill book. A kill book, yeah, you got that right. He also says in this video, apparently this kill book has got hundreds of people named individually in this book, and they have all got and majority of them have got their picture. And effectively, you go through this book, and there's an amount of people, individuals that are listed in this book, and they've got a big cross through their picture, which means they've been killed. He also goes on with the report and actually starts talking about how he was also made aware that certain agents from this BLM federal agency in America has actually pushed, to their knowledge, 3 people to suicide. So they got a kill book, and they use tactics that actually push individuals to commit suicide. So I urge you, please go out and take a look. Please look up Mrs. B. Stacey YouTube channel. You will find I think it's from an organisation called Read Out News, and you'll be very surprised and shocked to actually find and discover the information that I did this morning when I viewed this video. It actually made me quite sick to my stomach, really, to actually realise and understand that these kill books and these forced suicides reek of the targeted individual program. So it seems to be that there's a lot of organisations, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of agencies in the American establishment or the American system that seem to have kill books for individuals, and they also like pushing people to commit suicide. Well, what can I say about that? It's as targeted individuals, we all know all too well, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of targeted survivors throughout the world that have been pushed to suicide and have ended up taking their own lives, and it's now slowly coming out. It's slowly seeping out. The information's slowly seeping out into the public domain, and surely it can only be a matter of time before all these organisations and all of these agencies are the spotlight shone on them, and they all start being executed, if you ask me. Now, these people are absolutely scum. They are scum of the earth. I mean, what gives the right for any individual, any human being, any organisation, Freemasonry, agencies, police, etc., what gives them the right to actually push an individual, another human being, to commit suicide? You know, this world is absolutely disgusting. Some of the people in this I really don't understand. You know, where is humanity going? Where is humanity going? Where is it going to be in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, if all these people are not stopped now? So it's going to come down. I mean, all of these agencies are supposedly the people that are supposed to be there to help you as civil servants, public servants. They're not helping. They're pushing people to suicide. They have got killed. I'll tell you what else I've had as well this week. I've got a twitch in this. I've got like a nerve twitch in this eye. And I'll tell you what, it's been fluttering all poxy week, and it's doing my nut right in. I won't lie to you. So yeah, it's been quite an eventful week this week, and what with all the ailments and the twitchy eyes and the sciatica and the cold sores and the flu and the infection that turned me into bloody elephant man, and oh dear, the life of a targeted survivor. Well dear, what can I say? It's not going to be too much of a long video today, purely because when I'm on antibiotics, which is what them pills are, it makes me feel like an absolute bag of doo-doos. So I'm not feeling 100%, and you can still see that there's still a little bit of swelling that needs to finally go down on this side of my face. And I've got an appointment with the dentist next week, and it looks like that might be another tooth that gets yanked out of my head. So that's more money I've got to find to try and get that one replaced. I've had about, how many is it now? 6 teeth. 6 teeth I've lost since I've been targeted, and it's cost me absolute thousands to get implants put in and get all the work rectified, and this all comes and stems from very poor dental work that I received from a not so fantastic dentist in Ashford, in my hometown. So and that was a private clinic as well. Yeah, Mr. Welding, James McCoy, That was the fella. Very, very. He used to be so paranoid when I used to go in there. It used to almost be like he'd catch my eye line, and he was like one of these scared little caught in the headlight rabbit type people, blatantly guilty of something. Who knows what? But I'm sure as and when all of these teeth fall out of my head, I shall be collecting them and breaking them up and seeing whether there's anything adverse that I find in these back molars and teeth that I seem to be having all this trouble with. So that's going to be quite an interesting situation as and when that comes around. So. Yeah, just a little bit of I just thought I'd just touch base with you. I'll give you a few little bits and pieces, talk about the hydrogenized water. Like I say, forgive me for talking. I've got such a swelling and an infection still in this in my mouth. It's not very nice at all. Definitely look into the 5-HTP. I will give you a full update on a regular basis about the hydrogenized water situation. I'm only going to be drinking hydrogenized water now for the next 2 or 3 weeks to see what kind of benefits that I do actually get from the water. But I urge you all to go and do some research on it. It seems to be some kind of miracle cure for so many ailments and so many health symptoms that it's definitely worth looking into. So but don't go wasting your money on anything just yet. Let me do some research for you, and I'll be the again, I'm used to being a guinea pig, so ain't I perps? Yeah, fucking idiots. So I'll be the guinea pig on that one. Somebody did mention to me today and said, "Well, Shane, don't drink too much hydrogenized water. You'll end up getting the bends." I don't think it's quite as drastic as that sort of scenario. Being a qualified scuba diver, I don't think there's any comparison really in drinking 400 ml a couple of times a day with induced or injected hydrogen into the water compared to scuba diving. But I appreciate your comments. So yeah, that just about sums up the main topics. Like I say, I'm not feeling 100%. I just thought I'd touch base with you today and give you a bit of an update on why I've been absent from YouTube making my videos. I generally like to make a video at least every 3 or 4 days, and it's been nearly a week, I think, since my last video. So now all the swelling's going down. I'm feeling a little bit more active. All of my cold sores are built up. My cold's going away. The sciatica is still there, but it seems to be one day it's good, next day it's bad. Once again, thanks for the design, for the textile design that was sent from the lovely lady in America. Quickly, I know it's a very, very financially draining time of the year, but we still need to, and I'm still going to keep pushing this the National TI Television Flyer campaign. I've managed to get out today, and I've posted out another 750 flyers and a couple of dozen single, like I mentioned before. If you want just a dozen or so, I'll send them out to you free of charge. So I've sent a couple of dozen and 3 packs out today before the post office shut. And so if you want to get involved with the National TI Television Fly campaign, please email me direct on shanegibbs212@gmail.com. The database is continually growing. I must apologise, there was a couple of people that there goes that bloody eyelid again. There was a couple of days when I literally, I couldn't do a lot at all this week, where I was like bedridden with all of these ailments and symptoms, and in a matter of a week they seem to have all, how does that work? Apart from the old wobble gob scenario, yeah, it all started after that bloody deep tissue massage on Monday. The following morning, all hell bloody broke loose, and it was like, oh my god, I am falling to pieces. So yeah, sorry, I digress. getting back to the National TI Television Fly Campaign, if you want to get involved with the National TI Television Fly Campaign, if you only just want a dozen or so flyers sending out, then please email me your details. I will need a postal address as to where I can send the flyers to you. If you want to get involved and you want to purchase the packs of flyers at £12.50 a pack and £5 postage, then the same again, email me direct on shanegibbs212@gmail.com. The National Targeted Survivor database, like I said, it's growing. Please, we must keep keep this going, just because it's that time of year again. It doesn't. I mean, our torture doesn't stop. Our harassment doesn't stop. And it doesn't stop for Christmas. So if it doesn't stop for Christmas, and then I don't feel that we should be stopping for Christmas. Something else I wanted to quickly run past you today is complacency. I don't know if you follow, there's a guy on YouTube that's been around, a very, very courageous guy called Carl. His pseudonym on YouTube is called the Vulcan Wolverine. Something that I've heard him talking about recently is the fact that he now is aware. I think that maybe what happened was, and I think this might be the case for a lot of targeted survivors, is that once you get in control of the home invasions and you understand the poisoning and the drugging that goes on, it's very, very easy to get complacent, and it's very, very easy to slip off of the due diligence that you should be applying to every aspect of your life as a targeted survivor. It seems that Carl has got a little bit complacent, and they have now started drugging some of his, I believe it was mayonnaise. He has identified the mayonnaise as the culprit, but what I'm trying to say is do not get complacent. I mean, these guys do not take a day off. They do not take a day off. They will probe, they will poke, they will drug, they will enter your home whenever you're not there. And if you're at the stage where you think, oh, that's all right, I'll just get a jar of mayonnaise and they're not going to do anything to that, they will do something to that, as they've done to Cole. Cole has been feeling the effects of some kind of substance that's been contaminated or been administered into this jar of mayonnaise, and I believe he's now looking to try and get some kind of sample analysed to try and work out what kind of drug or what kind of contamination or what kind of crap these absolute disgusting cowardly parasites have snuck into his home and administered into his jar of mayonnaise. So don't get complacent. These guys never take a day off. They never ever take a day off. As soon as your back's turned, they are like rats. They will scamper and scurry around every minute of the day. You cannot take your foot off of the due diligence that you need to apply to every aspect of your life. So please, please, please keep your guard up at all times. Never ever get complacent with the targeting, because as soon as you get complacent, they will then you will feel the wrath. Do not get complacent. Do not start thinking, oh, that's all right, they haven't done that for ages, because as soon as you start dropping your guard, they will be on you like a rash. So be very, very, very careful. Stick with the small bottles of water, the food that you can buy in as smaller individual portions as you possibly can. If you can buy mayonnaise in sachets, all the better. Anything you can buy in sachets in single portions, it's essential. You really must keep on top of this, otherwise you will fall foul of these disgusting, parasitic, cowardly excuses of human beings. So yeah, that just about sums up what I just wanted to touch base with you. I know it's been like I said, it's been a few days since my last video, and the reason for that was the what I mentioned previously in the video. I'll keep you updated on the hydrogenide water situation. Please look into the 5-HTP. Don't bother going to your local shop. You need the high strength 300 milligram tablets. You can buy them online very, very cheap compared to what you can buy them from your local health food store. And also, I mean, these things are a godsend, seriously. I mean, they're 50 milligram one a night. I take a couple of those and I take one of those, and literally it's for about 5 hours. I mean, I can sleep soundly solid for 5 hours and then I'll wake up again. So it's definitely worth looking into the high strength 300 milligram 5-HTP, and also speaking to your local chemist or pharmacy about over the counter sleep aid pills like these. Not expensive, about £4 for 20. It's only one a night, or it says only one a night. I don't take any more than one a night. I do try and get as much natural type sleep as I possibly can, and but most of the time, a lot of the time, especially when I'm in this torture chamber of a house, everything gets cranked right up. I've also just recently ordered quite a large ionizer, air ionizer as well, to try and I don't know, clean the air in the room that I'm staying in. So I shall give you some reports on that. And that just about sums up today's video. Hopefully when I get back to you with the next video, my face will be back to normal. I won't be looking like some kind of freakish wobble gob type situation, and I trust you're all doing well, and or as well as you possibly can be. It's starting to get a little bit dark, so I'm going to wrap things up now before the video gets too dark, and hopefully I'll get back to you early part of next week with another video. There's a few more topics that I wanted to cover, but due to the illness that I've been suffering and dealing with this week, how on earth can all that hit me in one hit? Sciatica, cold sores, flu, cold, or man flu, whatever you girls want to call it, and also the massive, I mean, literally within a day my face was out here, and I'm not joking. I mean, it was quite scary. I was looking in the mirror and actually scared myself. Not good look. Well, I've just been down to the gym. I had the first sort of like semi-workout since I haven't trained for about 4 or 5 days. So yeah, I was getting massive withdrawals from that as well. So yeah, it looks like I'm getting back on track. Strength's coming back, face is going down, swelling is going down, end of the antibiotics. Hopefully the hydrogenized water might help me and assist me in the health side of things, but I'll keep you updated on that. And like I say, once again, if you want to get involved with the TI Television Fly campaign, if you just want a dozen or a handful of these flies sending out, please email me your address, and I'll get them and I'll whack them out in the straight into the post. If you want to buy the packs of 250 flies, like I mentioned, they're £12.50 plus the £5 postage. I can't send them out free. You know, I can send out a dozen or so free. You know, I mean, that's not a problem. But when it starts coming down to full packs of these flies, then you're going to have to stump up the money yourself, I'm afraid. So, TIs, targeted survivors, remain strong, remain defiant. You must learn to adapt and overcome every conceivable thing they hit you with. You need to be able to take it on the chin or the jaw. Adapt and overcome. You have to. You either adapt and overcome, or you don't, and then your life becomes an absolute hellhole. It is already. There's nothing you can do about that. But if you succumb to the program, if you don't learn to adapt and overcome, then you are going to be having a very, very tough time of it. So on that note, TIs, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave it there. I will hope, like I say, I will hopefully get back to you at some stage early part of next week, and with a little bit more light. The reason that this time in the afternoon, what's the time now? It's about coming up to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon over here in the UK. So I've just got back from the gym. I need to go and have a shower and something to eat, and I'll catch up with you all again pretty soon. So once again, thanks for the design from the lovely lady in Florida. It cost her over $20 odd to send that over to me. So I really appreciate the time and effort, and obviously the monetary side of things that you put into that is very, very much appreciated. And hopefully I should get some nice t-shirts printed with that design on, and I'll, like I mentioned, I shall get a nice pink one done for you and send it to Captain Thunderpants. Oh no, sorry. No, Captain Thunderpants doesn't deserve anything apart from a thick ear. So yeah, hopefully I'll get down to the textile printers at some stage next week and start the ball rolling on that. But it's getting very, very close to Christmas, so I'm not quite sure how long that's going to take. But like I mentioned, and like I promised you in our correspondence, I'll get a nice pink one done, and I'll get that over in the into the post and into the airmail and ship it off over to you over to the States. So TIs, remain strong, remain defiant, never give up your fight. Look into the 5-HTP, please look into that. It helped me loads. The sleep aid and the 5-HTP together, it helps me. You know, like I say, literally within half an hour of taking a couple of those 300 milligram 5-HTPs and one of those nighttime sleep aid, that knocks me spark out for about 5 hours, and then bing, you're awake again. And yeah, that just about sums up today's video. Yeah, let's leave it there. God, bloody cold sores and what the heck. Take care, TIs. I will be back to you very, very soon with another video. So until that time, you take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.